There is a truth people rarely say out loud. A lack of friends is not always an accident. Very often, it is the result of certain psychological patterns, habits of thinking, feeling, and acting in ways that make real closeness almost impossible. And this is not about shyness or introversion. It goes deeper. Psychology says that people who walk through life alone, even if they don't want to, usually share several common traits. First, they overanalyze every interaction. Such people think too much about how they appear in the eyes of others. They replay conversations in their minds, go over every word, evaluate intonations, gestures, pauses. This happens because of heightened self-observation. The brain constantly monitors how you might be perceived. It may seem intelligent, but in reality, it is poison for communication. Because while you analyze, you're not living in the moment, not relaxed, not authentic. And people feel that tension. To them, it looks as if there is an invisible wall between you. You are not bad and not cold. You are simply stuck inside your own thoughts, observing instead of living. Second, such people cannot tolerate falseness. They instantly notice a fake smile, a forced laugh, a desire to impress, a need to be the center of attention. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. This is typical for people with high emotional sensitivity. But this ability has a darker side. When you see that most people are playing roles, you stop playing along. You don't laugh for approval, don't compliment for favor, don't pretend you're interested. In a world where superficial conversations are considered normal, such sincerity becomes a threat. Your silence looks like arrogance, your independence like pride, your authenticity like disdain. People avoid you not because you are cold, but because they can no longer hide near you. Third, such people are emotionally self-sufficient. Most friendships are built on small dependencies, sharing feelings, receiving support, discussing worries. But people who are used to being alone do all of this themselves. They soothe themselves, handle their own crises, maintain their emotional balance on their own. Psychology calls this an internal emotional anchor. On paper, it looks like strength, but in real life, it becomes a wall, because connection requires vulnerability. If you never ask for help, never open your heart, the other person simply cannot see where they fit. They don't feel needed, and eventually they stop trying. You don't push people away, you just leave no space for them. Fourth, these people don't know how to be part of the crowd. They have a high level of inner independence. They don't follow trends, don't copy others' behavior, don't adapt just to be accepted. This is not rebellion, it is their nature. They think for themselves, speak directly, question things others agree with. This earns respect, but not closeness, because people bond through similarity, and you are too different. When everyone laughs, you analyze the joke. When everyone agrees, you ask why. When everyone moves together, you take a step aside. This honesty protects your integrity, but leaves you alone. Fifth, these people often struggle with emotional reciprocity. They know how to support, but not how to share. They feel deeply, but express little. It's hard for them to speak about their feelings plainly. This is not a lack of emotion. It is difficulty translating the inner world into the outer one. Because of this, others may feel emptiness, coldness, or distance beside them, even if there is warmth inside. You think that simply being there is enough, but people want not only to be understood, they want to be heard with the heart. And when that doesn't happen, the connection fades quietly. Most people who end up alone did not lose friends suddenly. They lost them gradually, through subtle details. Not answering in time, not showing feelings, not supporting a conversation that mattered to the other person, refusing to pretend when everyone else was pretending. Too honest, too observant, too self-reliant, too real for a world that lives in masks. But here is the key. The absence of friends does not make you broken. It means only one thing.
You value authenticity more than belonging. You don't know how and don't want to pretend. You won't shrink yourself to be convenient. You won't dissolve your essence for acceptance. And yes, because of this, you walk through life less often with the crowd. Not because no one understands you, but because there are very few who can meet you at that depth. And they won't be found in the crowd. They are found in the quiet, in rare, precise encounters where souls recognize each other without words.